This is a disturbing development. The Yorubas fleeing from their communities as a result of invasion of the Fulanis. You can hear them with their children and entire family fleeing their communities. This is a very disturbing development. And what is the President Ahmed Bola Tinubu doing?
So the center of gravity of Boko Haram and insurgency in Nigeria are the sponsors of that program. It was beyond us. Because the job we need to do is kinetics. Fight, destroy places, resolve issues. Yep. But we cannot resolve issue of sponsors of Boko Haram that were in Buhari's government, that we know them.
When you say we, who
I was in the military intelligence. Okay. And the defense headquarters staff that I work with, they know. And that was why we couldn't pursue that aspect that could have resolved that problem. Because you need to arrest people. And recently, 400 people were gathered as sponsors of Boko Haram. Why is it that Buhari government has refused to try them?
So the government knows sponsors of Boko Haram?
Of course, it's in the news. In April this year, the government said they have arrested 400 Bureau de Change related people that were sponsoring Boko Haram. They told us. And Abu Dhabi also helped us to arrest few Nigerians, tried them, we know them. Why can't this government, if not that they are partisan and they are actually part of the charade that is going on, why can't they bring those people out for trial?
So the Bureau de Change operators on the one hand, but you particularly said people in government. Are those part of the Bureau de Change, or those people that you say are in government are still there, government is aware, and government is condoning them?
The people I mentioned that are in government are not these ones they just arrested. You remember this Boko Haram issue started since 2012. Yeah. And I was in the military intelligence that time. We arrested those people. It is my organization that actually conducts interrogation and interview. And they mention names. I mean, I can't come on the air and start mentioning names of people that are presently in government now that I know. Presently in government. That the boys that we arrested mentioned. Some of them are governors now. Some of them are in the Senate. Some of them are in Asu Rock. Why should a government try to cause this kind of embarrassment and insecurity to the sense of what happened yesterday? And the solution I gave them in 2017, because when I identified the center of gravity for General Lanshokin, and they couldn't pursue it, because some of them were ministers. And what I'm saying now, the Department of State Services are listening to me. They know them.
Yeah, Commodore.
So the solution I gave them was that if we can't pursue the policy strategic level, because the people that we need to talk to are also, going to be difficult to deal with. I said what they should do now is to conduct two things. We should buy blimps. The blimps are not UAVs. They are not drones. Blimps are equipment that can fly up to 10,000 feet, 30,000 feet, static if you want, mobile if you want, and they carry a lot of payload. We saw them in Afghanistan. We saw them in Kenya. This will be something that can give us real-time intelligence, and we can know where these bandits or terrorists, where they emanate from, when they finish operations that they've done, where they go back to.
Okay. Well,
they did not buy this equipment up to. No.
Okay, you said quite a number of things. Let's pick up on some of them and see if we could make some, if you could shed some further light on some of them. Since 2012, I mean, you've been in operation, as you said, ever since that time. You questioned several people. Some people were identified at that time. Did the government at that time try any of them? Or were any of them also in government at the time?
No, the government did not try any of them, and the defense headquarters where I worked then did not pursue that line of operation because it's beyond them. The defense headquarters, actually, when you look at the defense structure of Nigeria, they lie within the policy strategic level, but basically they are operational guys. So when you have policy problem, then they cannot go beyond their masters. They can write intelligence report and say this is what is going on.
Unfortunately, the Yorubas has been living in denial of the current realities within the Nigerian states, but today it is staring at them as several communities are deserted. People's running and scurrying for safety, for their lives, as a result of the renewed attack on these communities by the Fulani marauders and invaders. This is no longer an issue to cover up. You can see communities, Yorubas, fleeing their communities under the watch of Ahmed Bola Tinubu. The Fulanis are ransacking, taking over communities, as some have dared the people of Ibadan that the forest of the Ibadan of Oyo belongs to them, is their heritage, their father's heritage. What could have transpired all this while? Why are the Obas and the politicians of the southwestern region keeping quiet? Why is Tinubu not acting? Why his own people are being chased out of their own ancestral homes? It is happening. It is not issue of sentiments or sabotage. This is the reality. People, men and women, children, fleeing with the best speed they could apply. It's very unfortunate. Now, some persons has been blaming Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igbohu, Mazi Simon Ekpa, of course, for demanding for the volcanization of Nigerian states. That is the only way humanity could be preserved. Their own cultural heritage and ancestral home could be secured. But some people fail to understand the reality, the handwriting on the wall today. It is staring at all as sundry today. Those who even oppose Sunday Igbohu in Yoruba land are fleeing their communities today. So persons who say they are Sunday Igbohu is illiterate, is this and that, they are fleeing their own ancestral homes today, leaving their own communities to be reoccupied by the Fulani herders. It's quite unfortunate. It is quite unfortunate, and this is very disturbing development. But we can't live in denial anymore, because it's staring at all. A former intelligence officer who made striking revelations about the antecedents and the mission of this Boko Haram and Islamic jihadists was to overrun the entire country and eventually take over the country, possession of Nigeria as their father's estate. It is very unfortunate. These are realities where he indicted government officials sponsoring terrorism, sponsoring the activities, nefarious activities of Boko Haram under the disguise of herders. It's quite unfortunate. But why is it that these people could not be brought to book? Why they are going after innocent indigenous people of Biafra, adopting and enforcing forceful disappearances as a way of extending and expanding that strategy? It's quite unfortunate, but the reality is catching up with us. People fleeing from their community, Yorubas on the run. It is quite a very disturbing case, but that is the reality today.